see if Deshaun Watson can play a little bit better next week. The last game of the Saturday three-game feature is the 8-5 Miami Dolphins going up against the 10-3 Buffalo Bills. Once again, this game is on NFL Network. Where I see it, Buffalo is a 7.5-point favorite. The over-under set at 42 points. Just to note, could be some weather in this game. We're seeing right now it could be very foggy. Definitely going to be cold. One of the coldest games, maybe the coldest game Tua Tagovailoa has ever played in his pro or college career. I would certainly think high school as well, given that he played in Hawaii. That said, some gambling trends for you before we go around and get some analysis. The Dolphins are 2-7-1 against the spread in their last 10 meetings against the Bills in Buffalo. The Dolphins are also 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 games overall, while the Bills are 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games overall. The over is 6-1 in the last 7 meetings in Buffalo between the two teams, and the under is 9-2 in the Bills' last 11 games overall. Lope, we'll start with you. What are your thoughts on this very big game, at least for the AFC East, between the Dolphins and the Bills?
As a Dolphins fan, I'm dreading it a little bit. Since their offensive line issues, they still seem to not be able to get Tua in the offense looking like it did. I'm hearing Armstead now has a knee to go along with the pectoral issue. Tyreek Hill was had an ankle iced, although he continued to play through the Chargers game. But I think, as you mentioned in one of your stats, it has not been good for the Dolphins when they have to go up to Buffalo. I think Buffalo's won 9 of their last 10 home games against the Dolphins. But that being said, I think we've also said that higher spreads versus divisional opponents is rough. So the 7 plus with the 7.5 on the hook, that's a lot for me. So I'll take the Bills to win and maybe fold that into a parlay, but I'll stay away from the spread otherwise. As far as the over-under, I'm going to lean towards the under. Like you said, the weather. I also don't think the Dolphins are high scoring as they were. They're in a little bit of a dip. So I'll take my chances on the under and Buffalo on the money line.
I'll give my pick really quick because this is an easy one. The Butt Fumble Sports pick for this one is Buffalo on the money line. We are also considering the under, kind of going in the opposite direction of Lope. I could see some points on both sides in this one, but I definitely like Buffalo. Not touching the spread, want to see where the public pushes this line. If I can ultimately get Miami at something like +9 with buying points, maybe would consider it, but don't feel good about their offensive line, the injuries that they've had going up against a really good Bills defense that's only getting stronger. And the history of the under for the Bills this season has me a little concerned, but I do think there are going to be some points. But that said, the Butt Fumble Sports pick for this one is Buffalo on the money line. Dennis, the wide receivers of Miami, they've been great for fantasy owners all year. Now you get to the playoffs. Is there any reason to be concerned? Should we be fading Waddle? Should we be fading Hill? Can you still trust Tua Tagovailoa if you're a fantasy owner right now?
I would be nervous. And we saw what happened to Mike White in Buffalo last week. I know it was mostly because of the wind conditions and because he was probably playing with a broken rib or two. But that being said, if you're in the playoffs, you made it this far, there's probably not much that you can do in terms of DFS. I'm leaning towards the Bills instead. Specifically, I'd like to pull a stack whenever possible. If you want to do a stack with Josh Allen, I think you might want to actually look at Dawson Knox. He's very affordable, $3,900 on DraftKings, and Miami's 30th against the tight end in fantasy points allowed. So that might be a nice combo.
Is Jeff Wilson's Jr. his injury enough reason for you to have faith in Raheem Mostert as a must start this week?
Yeah, I would keep an eye on it, and if so, that he's going to be getting the majority of the carries. Why not? I mean, he can show explosive potential here and there. We could break off a big play, so he might be worth a look on DFS if you've already got him in your league and you're in the playoffs and you're going to ride him anyways.
Make sure you're following at Butt Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and at Sports Fumble on Twitter to get all the information you need for every NFL game in NFL Week 15. A lot of games going on Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Make sure you're following all of our content and, of course, all of our lives, whether it's on YouTube or on TikTok Live, giving out great information, everything to help you win your fantasy week, and, of course, cash your tickets